Hello everyone and welcome back to Strategic Command World War II, and we are back in January 1940. Let's continue where we left off, which was the preparations for the invasion of France, together with, well, pretty much everything else. So far in Africa, things are proceeding rather smoothly. We just got this extra HQ this turn, actually, and I guess that means that's the reason why we can't really do a whole lot with it yet. But, you know, we'll take care of that stuff next turn, so that's pretty nice. What level is he anyway? 5. Okay. So we've taken care of those guys, then we've taken care of the Navy. Let's actually... Oh. That's really bad for me, actually. The light cruiser, well, I know that they have a bunch of ships there too. So I'll just get these guys out of there for this turn. And like I said before, because these guys are in silent mode, I shouldn't be having too much trouble, but unfortunately that means that we can't really disrupt the Allied supply lines for this turn either. Besides that, we've already taken care of everything in Japan except for their MPP. I guess when it comes to purchasing a new unit in Japan, I'm not really into buying core units that fast. I mean, I could go for a escort carrier or a actual carrier. Subs seem to be pretty expensive at the moment. Maritime bomber. No, I mean, I would like to go potentially for some artillery. I think that would be pretty good, but then I still need to save MPP, so I guess for this turn, I'm just not going to invest, except potentially upgrading those infantry weapons for the garrisons. And again, I'm doing this because I feel that that might be useful against partisans and things like that, so they can actually deal a little bit of damage instead of being completely useless. And they already upgraded, so no worries there. And yeah, so I think actually, as for the Italians, also want to save up towards getting infantry weaponry level 1. And I'm just gonna leave things as they are then. These HQs pretty much took care of all the units that I want. And I still don't know why this is red. But yeah, really no clue. What if I select these? It doesn't seem to be anything different except the fact that I can't disband them, and I cannot disband these guys. But why would I want to disband this? That really doesn't make any sense to me. Either way, I can actually upgrade this infantry weapon, so that's basically what I'm busy with, just upgrading my unit so far to attack +1. Let's ship it back to the enemy, and we'll see what happens. I think starting from the next turn we will be invading here. I will have to see. And yeah, only 150, not that much really. But we'll be getting Hungary, Romania, Bulgaria, etc. soon, hopefully. So it's February the 2nd, at least for the Allies now. They must have a bunch of units here if they're moving the HQ. Because... okay, they can only repair that to 8. That's very good for me. I can surround them, hopefully, next turn, because I did cut them off. Yeah. Alright, well these might actually be entirely destroyed then. Come on, dive. I don't want to lose my subs, but to be honest, I don't think subs are actually all that useful. They're okay, but whether they're actually worth the MPP. Okay, wow. I'm trying to make a straight front line. Luckily for now, the Chinese forces are still a lot weaker than mine, so I still have the upper hand. Okay, wow. The British celebrate the capture of the Altmark in Norwegian waters. And it will be a bit further into February, I think. Yeah. Lithuania remains within our sphere of influence, and the country would give us a good launching pad for a future invasion of the USSR, should we seize it before Stalin is ready to counter us. Annexing Lithuania would undoubtedly cause some alarm in the Soviet Union, but it shouldn't lead directly to conflict, unless we were to follow it up with acts of aggression against Latvia or Estonia. Would you like to authorize the annexation of Lithuania? Yeah, sure. Stalin is alarmed, but you know, it's within our sphere of influence, so that should be fine as well. Let's deploy the garrison near Warsaw. And get some Italian HQs. Deploy them down here so we can send it to Italy. And then the First Corps also gets to deploy up here. Another garrison for the Japanese. The last one, at least for now. And there we are. Again, in Germany, I'm just going to prepare for the oncoming offensive. So I'm going to be spending all my points into upgrading my units. And getting that mobility is really expensive. But I think that having extra mobility on my army units is just that important, because it means that they can do so much more. Okay. And yeah, that's it. Again, I have 2 units there, so I'll be safe. Let's get those subs into ports. Oh. And I'll be sending away this this thing too. I'm a bit surprised that these French units are there, but I can't really do a whole lot about them at the moment. Definitely sending away this sub. I'll set it to silent mode. Just over in that direction. They at least can go back to hunting. And that's pretty much it over here. They've done everything they can. They aren't able to move yet. Can't upgrade or reinforce any of that. Down here, I could reinforce this one. Attach as many units as I can. I'll try to get closer to this one next turn, so I'll move it to Digadella. And let's take care of the Japanese forces. I don't know what happened there. It's a bit odd. Let's get these guys back into ports. That's the first part. Then, can I get one unit in here? I cannot. They don't have that much entrenchments, and finally it seems like I can actually get a relatively okay engagement in there. So, still gotta risk these attacks, even though they're not that great. Because I really need to deal that damage. I can't cut them off, sure, but... Again, also, these are once again red. I don't know why that is. But I have the chance to destroy this entire army here. I would think that's gonna succeed. Okay, good. That will. I can only move in there with this unit. Or this. Alright. Finally, we took one of their objectives, and I am very pleased at that. No, that's not good enough. I will just go for those infantry weapons again, just because getting this back up to 8 doesn't do anything. And I fairly cut these guys off. If I can get a unit in here, potentially these guys will not be... Like, these guys don't get any supply at all, I think, or at least these are not doing very well, and their supply is very poor at the moment, so that's why I think they can't reinforce very well. So that's one of their units down. With a lot of luck, I could potentially... okay, so you could move in there. Yes, alright, a second army destroyed, perfect. Protect the industrial center. And make sure that these guys are safe. So this turn went a lot better for me. Destroyed 2 armies of the Chinese. And then... after that... sure, I want you to attach this, detach that one, but attach here, and just take a look. Okay, so we're so far not out of the woods just yet, and all of these national troops are still pretty much out there. No way I can destroy them quickly, but you know, we're working on it. Let's get these infantry weapons up a bit before we actually continue there, and let's see what we can do. So let's get that core out. Move him garrison. And switch them up like that. And this is actually a very cheap way to get all of these extra units and get them to commit to the war in China. But we're currently doing quite well, I think. Yeah, I can't attach any more units there. This is a rating of 4, so I guess only these frontline units will be committed. Getting close to Chengchao is going to be challenging as well. Can't use any of that. Let's upgrade these for the moment, now that we can. It's probably a good time to do so. They will definitely have to get back, but I can potentially take Nanning on the next turn as well. Alright, so Japanese, some good progress. I'm very happy with what I'm seeing here. That's very good. Let's see, because we do have a lot of points as well. And I think that for the moment, actually getting that heavy artillery is probably going to be a good idea. Let's actually purchase that. I would like to have some artillery over in China, because that will blast away their fortifications in some areas, and, well, they have artillery too. So that takes care of that. For the Japanese, I'm going to save up those points. As for the Italians, I'm also going to save up the points. And Germany spent all of its points. So besides everything that's going on right now, these are still preparing. I think we're pretty much set. Try to get these guys out. Nothing else to do there. Taking care of China. And everything else. Is there anything worth taking up there? It doesn't seem to be the case. Because as for the Russians, yeah, if we were to invade Russia with the Japanese, we pretty much have to take Vladivostok. Then this here, there are not going to be any Russian troops over in this sector. We basically have to move through Irkutsk and then keep moving up this way. But, you know, that's going to take a very long time before anything of that happens, and I don't see it happening anytime soon. Either way, let's ship it back. Chinese morale suffers from the loss of Changsha. Great. And our forces march into Lithuania. Coal strike. Not bad. Maybe it's not worth the 200 points to spend on the Graf Zeppelin. Okay, UK begins to expand the port of Singapore, and Malaya prepares for war. Let's try to zoom in on those Chinese forces. Seems like they're putting up another army. Guess for the Chinese, it must be either really cheap or they just get a lot of units in general. It's either of the two, but we'll keep blasting at them. And they're gonna run out at some point. Not quickly. At some point they will. Okay, wow. I'll see to move this core up as well and then attack these guys down there again. It's gonna be crazy moving through here. Okay, USSR annexes territory from Finland. Unsurprisingly, partisan activity. At least they don't get any units there. Alright, it's March, so we might actually get to attack already in Europe. That would be nice. I've been waiting for a pretty long time for that. I mean, okay. Our iron ore imports from Norway could be threatened by the British, who may make a move to invade Norway and cut off our convoys. It is therefore strongly recommended that we move quickly to occupy the country, so we have devised a plan to move units secretly to land in Norway. These forces should be sufficient to deal with any Norwegian resistance, and probably also to repel any allied countermoves. Preparations will cost 200 MPPs at 100 MPPs a turn for 2 turns, and the invasion will take place on the 9th of April, which I guess is next turn. Would you like to authorize the invasion of Norway? Yes. And we actually get a bunch of extra units for the Germans. Great. Another garrison for the Japanese. Excellent. And no units for the Italians. Sure. You know, not to worry. Okay, this looks a lot better again. Might even be able to destroy them now. With the emphasis on might. Well, it's not in the cards. Come on. No. See. Well, what am I going to do? Guess for now, moving them down might be okay. I'm a bit disappointed by my attacks there. Things were looking to go quite well, but then it just didn't come through. Bit of a bummer. This attack is not good. Let's reinforce. Try to get that core. And we'll see how much damage I get to do. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to destroy it, especially because of the rain and stuff. It's just not good. I did already attack there, so yeah. I guess they'll get it back up to 10. But we'll see. If the weather clears up, that will already help me by quite a bit. And repairing HQs cost a lot, so I'm actually quite interested in attacking that. Even if the attacks aren't going that amazingly, it I think is still worth it. Nope. And yeah, again, I guess for this turn I'm gonna have to wait on actually getting some better weather first and foremost. And I'll see what I get to do later. Alright, that's Japan for you. Seriously? That's unbelievable. Well, that's just swell. I'm not really happy about this. Alright, well, I guess I'll just have to see what that means for the Soviets. Can't even move this 2 hexes, but there's still a road there. Like, it doesn't... Alright, well, whatever. Alright, let's just take a look here and wait one more turn. Let's at the very least upgrade them with infantry weapons. That's just first and foremost the thing that I really want, and that's after that I will go for mobility. I can only do that on 1 unit at a time. How about here? Core. I don't really need it on the core units. Not right now. I'd rather invest in better attacks. There we are. And do I have one that still doesn't have everything? Well, yeah, this one. Alright, we'll start attacking on the next turn. That's what I think. Can't actually select that unit yet. Oh yeah, I was supposed to repair those. Well, never mind that. It's gonna take some time before these guys get back, and I think we should be able to research infantry weapons for the Italians. Great. As for the Japanese, I am going to probably research not long-range aircraft, but let's see. This is not really useful. Raise a chance of a breakthrough. Not yet. I think mobility is really good though. It can only get it to 1 maximum, but I think that would really work well. Ground attack weapons, I only have 1 bomber at the moment, so probably not that great of an idea. Alright, I'm just investing a lot into the war in China, and I'm not too interested in attacking the USA yet. We'll see what happens. I mean, getting all of this territory would be really good, but currently that's not my top priority. I mean, my top priority really is still trying to take care of China, and really I need to defeat all of those 4 forces here first and then crush through this area before I can really do anything. And I need to start focusing upon getting to Kaichou down there, potentially cutting off the Japanese ability to get supplies through Rangoon and, you know, India and such. Like, I need to cut off the Silk Road through taking all of this, and that will severely hamper China, definitely, I think. Ultimate Industrial. So then the capital is first this, then Lanchao, and then this. Alright, let's ship it back to the enemy. Again, I've done my part. Malaya joins the Allies? I guess it makes sense. Alright, so things are about to get started. Sure. Fair enough, I guess. But like I said, repairing your HQs cost a lot. They're really expensive. Putting those up front is not a good idea. Okay. I'm a bit surprised about that. But this is pretty good, at least. Another core. This only repaired to 7, so I feel like we might have a good shot at destroying that thing there. That would be very, very good, I think. I guess we're already done. Weather has cleared up, and I believe we're ready for a bunch of attacks, both in China and in the European mainland. So I think things are about to get down in the next episode. Either way, it is understood that King Christian X of Denmark could be persuaded to accept a protectorate status on condition that we provide a subsidy to the Danish economy of 100 MPPs at 25 MPPs returned for 4 turns. Whether we choose diplomacy or use military force to secure Denmark, we should make a move soon to consolidate the country in our hands. Would you like to diplomatically invite King Christian X and the Danish government to accept protectorate status from Germany in April? Yes. Yes, I would. Otherwise, I mean, invading it is not that difficult, but I don't want to use those forces there because I'm going to start invading France now. But the interesting thing there is also that that event wasn't actually in there in the previous game. They actually allowed you to take both Denmark and Norway in one fell swoop with one event. So that is actually pretty interesting that they put that in there. You gotta be kidding me. So now there's rain. So again, I wouldn't be able to take it. Wow, that's unbelievable. Okay, I will definitely move through there. But anyway, what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the video here. So I want to thank you for watching. Do hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe. Or, yeah, I will see you all next time, I guess, after just repairing these. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time when we'll start all the invasions. So take care, and see you in the next one.